getting into annotation, it's necessary to meet the West Virginia state specs and to meet the hard copy specs. It's necessary to capture the text and the tax maps as annotation. Labeling is great. It's come a long way. Even more so now that in 10.1 it's part of the core technology Maplex label engine versus the standard labeling. But it's still not, we're still not rid of annotation. To be able to create these maps and replicate what you're used to seeing, meet the standards, avoid clutter, have everything annotated, annotated or labeled that you need, you've got to go with annotation as opposed to the labeling. Now you're still going to use some labeling, and you would use a lot more labeling in your day-to-day maintenance. But when it comes time to print hard copy maps, then you're going to need that annotation to get everything shown the way that it needs to be shown.
So you store it in a geodatabase as opposed to in the map?
Yes, yes. So this is stored in the geodatabase.
Do you keep them feature linked?
We do for parcel numbers and for acreage. Feature link can be dangerous, so we really feel more comfortable doing it just with the parcel number and the acreage at this point. The reason I say it can be dangerous is feature link annotation works off of object ID. And if you've ever done any geoprocessing, if you need to kind of take a database apart and do some work and put it back together to get things right, again, those object IDs are going to be changed. They're gone. Feature link data is no longer feature link. So that's why we use it only for those two classes. Along with the annotation, your attribution, so the points and polygons, which are two that store identical data, and I'll go into that in just a moment here. But at this point in your map is when you're going to store your parcel ID information, your PAR ID from IAS, your district, your map, your parcel number, suffix if it has one, the acreage as it is from your legal documents, your tax maps, will possibly be class as well. Feature and compilation codes. A feature code is just letting you know what this feature is. So in a parcel polygon, your feature code is telling you, is this a parcel? Is this a right-of-way that has a tax ID? Is this a railroad right-of-way? Is this an alley? Is this open space? It just lets you know what this piece of property is. Your compilation code is going to tell you how it was created. And we use three compilations code. We use a COGO, no adjustment, meaning you put it in the survey, it fit nicely with the ortho and surrounding parcels, it's good. A COGO adjustment, and what all that's going to mean is we've placed this parcel using your coordinate geometry from the survey, but you had to make some changes to make it fit. You had to adjust it closed maybe, or you've got some strong field lines over here that it needs to hit, or there's some surrounding COGO that feels a better place, and you're going to need to adjust this a little bit to fit, and that's okay, because you need your maps to be aesthetically correct. And so we just coded it, this is coded, but we had to make some changes. It's not 100% as the survey. And then everything else will be your best fit code. And these codes are important to have down the road when you're in maintenance, so you can come to a parcel and know how this parcel was created. Now I've got new information on a neighboring parcel, how much of this parcel next door I want to change. Well, if it's the best fit parcel, then I'm going to use everything I can from that survey to adjust that line as well. If they're both in code, then you're going to need to look into the survey information for both of them if they're contradicting one another. Plat reference is you want to be sure to assign a plat reference these points in the polygon of anything that has a cover that has a plat source document. You can hyperlink these things. So once you've got your plat reference in for this parcel, and you've got it is important that the digital plat is named the same way as this plat reference goes, and the link won't work. But you can add a hyperlink in there, and so Art, you can click on this field, you want to pull this plat, and you're on your network or your machine, and the hyperlink can pull that image, and you can go ahead and just pull that image straight up, or calling it without you having to go search it out.
Yeah, on the annotation where you're talking about the adhering to West Virginia specs. I understand that component, but when you create the table of attributes for those parcels, do you have a certain spec that you do the same in every county, or do you listen just to the mapper? The reason for my question is that in previous projects that we have done in the state of West Virginia for a while, the contractor would listen to the mapper. In some cases, they would have the parcel and sub-parcel together in one column, but just separated by the dot, which made the mapper's job easier for making a label, because maybe the mapper did not know how to create a label by using the formula. But that, in a way, when you start doing building other data sets and you want to tie into the IAS, created a problem. Are you kind of
IAS is done,
okay?
because the trail down there's a reconciliation that occurs at the end, and that reconciliation is critical to this product, to this product, the mapping product, being implemented with confidence. It has to match IAS. Now that may mean there's some problems in IAS. It still has to match IAS. Did I answer that? Right, okay.
Only other attribution at this point that I will touch on are feature coding the lines. Same as your feature code for polygon. Is this a parcel line? Is it a right-of-way line? Is it a railroad right-of-way line? Doing this allows you to, they're all in the same feature class in the database, but it allows you to know the difference between the two. You can do different things with them, select them, symbolize them.